Welcome back to the DFS Special. I'm your host, your DFS Jerusalem, coming to you live from the list. You got 150 entries, and then you're a shark, and I don't fuck with you. So there's too much good shit on here. This is the often imitated, never duplicated. I'm here with my lovely co-host. Thank y'all. Stay safe. Enjoy. I may have been calling in to work. You're gonna be in the running for the Snowflake of the Year. Get your shit together with your snowflake. I'm at the crib, man, and I'm just finishing up. Stop. Throw them bitches in the main. I'm telling you. You're gonna see the results, bro. You're gonna see it. This is what's really gonna help you out. You know how I feel about the home dogs. There's a lot of fight in the home dogs, and I really think a lot of shit to go over tonight. Who that scored on points over there? Player of the night. Get him in your lineups. Get him in there. And let's go get this money. Thursday, let's go, and remember, in the sweatshop, we always keep it 300. Yo, what's up? What's happening? This is the big homie, the DFS Jerusalem, and you can follow me, of course, on Twitter at DFS Jerusalem. Today, we are going to be jumping straight into today's, I think we got an 8-9 game slate on deck for tonight. Should be a good one. Let's go. I'm going to go straight over to NBA.com just to give you a quick overview of the games for this evening. It stands to reason that we're going to have some barn burners, bro. I like this, man. I really do. The ESPN game is going to be the Miami Heat going to Philadelphia to take on the 76ers. That is the first game, the first nationally televised joint. And I want somebody to pull up some stats on Joel Embiid in nationally televised games. Embiid against Whiteside. That is going to be a nice thing, a nice game. The newly inducted All-Star Goran Dragic going to Philadelphia here, which I really didn't understand. I thought, well, okay, that now finally Andre Drummond can go ahead and take his rightful place in the Eastern Conference as an All-Star. But I think maybe they had too many forwards or too many bigs, and they had to go guard maybe, which is the only reason why I could think that they would give Goran Dragic the nod ahead of Andre Drummond. But one thing that does say to me is looking forward, as far as this, especially as far as this slate is going, big vote of confidence. That is nice. We've got a little revenge narrative thing going on here with the Atlanta Hawks going to Boston. You're gonna see Al Horford playing against his old team, and he played like a long time. Most of his career was played in Atlanta. So it's not like they're going to Atlanta to play a game. But if I had to pick one narrative, one revenge narrative, where it doesn't matter where they play, I think Al Horford is going to want to play well. It would be against the Atlanta. It would be Al Horford. It would be Vic Oladipo, no matter if he's going to Orlando or if Orlando is coming, no matter what. There's a few of them that I think are heavy like that. Then another one, we've got the this is another one. This is another one. Do y'all think for 1 second that D'Angelo Russell doesn't want to ball against the Lakers? Do y'all think for 1 second that D'Angelo Russell is not salivating for the opportunity? No matter if it's in LA, no matter if it's in Brooklyn. I mean, do we really think that this man is not chomping at the motherfucking bit, waiting for a chance to play the Los Angeles Lakers, waiting for a chance for Luke Walton to see what he did when they let go of him in favor of Lonzo Ball? Then we've got Portland and Toronto. This should be a very good one here. Two of the best backcourts in the league. This is framing up to be a very solid slate. We've got, of course, my New York Knicks going to Milwaukee to take on the Bucks. That is a straight-up killing. That is a murder going to be happening. Giannis is probably going to ball the fuck out here. Then we've got the Pelicans going to Oklahoma City. No Boogie, so it's a lot of AD here. We know what happens. Who's going to cover AD? Who's going to try to play AD? Is AD going to play the 5? Or are we going to see some Dante Cunningham playing the 4? Like, this is a good one. Then we've got Utah and Phoenix, which I think would be a solid game. You've got some of the cheaper price guys from Utah are going to Phoenix, where we know you can catch wreck in Phoenix. Then you got Golden State and Sacramento. People are not going to want to touch that game. This is a very, very nice slate. This is shaping up to be a cool one. Now, I did play one line. Today I was very busy in the barbershop, and I was unable to get out in time to get back and chop it up with the homies. But one of the homies stepped up and really took care of everything here, and it was tough for me to get out of the shop. So uh, I made one line real quick, threw it together. The one line that I made, I didn't even get a chance to rock out on DK much. The one line I did make had Malcolm Brogdon in it, and that sucked because he got injured. And then, of course, Paul George is still playing right now. Siakam sucked. And who else was bad? That was it. Just Brogdon and Siakam. Both of those guys sucked. And Jonas Valanciunas gave me the biggest case of blue balls, bro. I mean, he had 20 plus at the half. I was like, yes, this is going to be another Jonas spot where he smashes off a 50. And that just did not happen. That was not the case. So, pretty solid. I got this one lineup that I made that's probably going to cash. It's not going to win much, but hey, anything to the positive is to the positive. So let's go ahead and jump into the slate. The very first game we're going to be talking about is none other than the big homie. You know what time it is. I got hoes. Oh, we got Kemba. We got Kemba at the crib inviting the Indiana Pacers. You know, surprisingly, this is only a 209.5 point total with a 106.3 a total for the Charlotte Hornets. They are favored at the crib because Indiana has just not been playing really great as of late. Most notably, Vic Oladipo. He is priced down. We see Vic Oladipo under 9K. He's about 8.6, where he looks very manageable. And we look at over the last few games. 25, 38, 40, 44, 46. This is an excellent spot, in my opinion, to jump back on Depot as he is under 9K, which I think is the cheapest. Let's make a look and check on this for sure. This is the cheapest we've seen Depot in quite some time. The last time he was against Portland, he was 8.5, and against Utah 8.6. But aside from all of that, man, he's been up above or towards 9K in the last 7-8 games. So definitely a spot here, I think, is going to make him usable. You got Kemba at the crib. He's 8.8. That's gonna you're jumping up and you're saying Kemba is going to get you 50 in this spot if you are looking to go 6x. You're looking at Dwight Howard in a stupid dope matchup against Miles Turner, who he should just destroy. But he's 9.2. The price is all the way up on him. MKG at 4.5. You got Frank Kaminsky, who is a game time decision. Cody Zeller could be back. He is looking as a game time decision. Price at 3.8. What is the story on Jeremy Lamb at 4.2? So this Hornets team, if Cody Zeller is back in the fold, we know Marvin Williams is going to be out. If Cody Zeller is back and Frank Kaminsky is out, I think that does make a little room for him, even though he may be on some sort of a minutes limit. So we've got to monitor the injury statuses in this game. Definitely look back over to the Indiana Pacers side. Like I said, I think Vic is a prime spot here. Anytime I get Darren Collison under 6K, it raises an eyebrow. Somebody who I would want to take a look at. I hate to play bigs against the Hornets. I mean, Dwight Howard is just so active at the basket that it's very, very hard. It's very, very hard to play bigs against Dwight Howard. Especially him being so active and being able to draw those early fouls, man. So that's very tough to play bigs against him. Although Miles Turner is the kind of center that could play away from the basket. Maybe that's something that we can take a look at. I know he's a game time decision right now, but that's something that we're going to have to check on as we get closer to lineup lock. So Kemba, 8.8, a little bit too expensive for me. He's not a core play for me, but he is a huge tournament type play. He's not a core play for me at all. Not at that price point. No Dwight Howard at 9.2. That's just too big. I kind of nailed it on the head. I said last time that Dwight was probably going to score 39 points, and he got 39.5 at 9.4K in a super plus matchup that everybody thought he was going to crush in. So I don't love a lot here. If I'm gonna look over on FanDuel because that's what this show is about. I don't know if I explained that to you, but tonight's show, and every night we do this, the show is actually about understanding where these sites are ranking the players. You look at the price point, you think it's just a price point. It's not just a price point. It is a rank. It is where they rank the players. So Dwight Howard has a very high rank, a way too high rank in my opinion, at 9.2. I'm not going to be able to get there. Don't really love him. Some of the playable guys I think in this spot are going to be Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, and I say that because he is going to have to defend. MKG is going to have to defend. I think he's going to be on the floor a ton. You look at the homie being out as well, Marvin Williams being out as well. MKG is going to be one of my favorite plays from this game. So I've got Vic Oladipo, Darren Collison, maybe some Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, and depending on if Frank Kaminsky is playing or not, is going to be the story with Jeremy Lamb. So let's go over to FanDuel and take a look and see if we have any pricing discrepancies with this first game. Vic is 9K, Miles Turner is 6'9", Thad is 6'2", Collison is 5.9, Bojan 4.7, Kemba is 8.6. Okay, so Kemba is cheaper. Kemba is cheaper. Now, if he was more of a defensive-minded player, a guy that could get me those steals, a guy that could get me, you know, maybe those blocks from behind like John Wall does, I would be a little bit more interested in Kemba Walker. He is not a double-double guy, so a huge game from him on Kemba on FanDuel is going to take some defensive statistics. It's not like you get double-doubles, and he's not a double-double guy anyway. So the fact that he's cheaper does raise an eyebrow, but again, he would be a tournament play for me, not somebody that I could go core with. Nicholas Batum at 6.1. He is cheaper and in a good spot in a pretty decent matchup. I can use him because I don't think Vic Oladipo defense against Nick Batum is like a big deal. Nick is just too big. He's too big. He's too rangy, and he can play 2, 3, 4 spots on the floor. All right. MKG at 4.8. The price is up just a little bit, but I still think he's a usable asset, especially if we don't see Frank Kaminsky. Jeremy Lamb at 4.3. Not bad. I can use that. Let's move on to the next game. It's going to be the Los Angeles Lakers going to Brooklyn to take on the Nets here. And, yo, and I'm going to be real with you. I really wish Lonzo was playing in this game because that would have been perfect. That would have been perfect if Lonzo and D'Angelo Russell would square off head-to-head. That would have been dope. Now, the price has since jumped up on D'Angelo Russell. It really has, man. He went from, I think, 4.7 the last time out to 6.5. Like, the price went all the way up. And, I would love for him to start in this role, but I got to think about this. How many people will pass up on D'Angelo Russell like they did the other day because he's not starting? How many folks are going to be doing that? And at 6.5, man, you're going to need a lot more than you would have needed the other day. So I really thought he wouldn't be this priced up. That's surprising. 6.5, like that's a huge jump. From 4.7 to 6.5, that's an insane jump. I really didn't think that's 1,800. I didn't think he was going to jump that high. But I mean, he looks to be somewhat usable. Jared Allen, of course, at 4.6. If he's going to be starting, I think he is definitely in play. Brook Lopez, one of the worst centers in the league. Spencer Dinwiddie at 6.7. Your enthusiasm for him has to be curbed at this point because D'Angelo Russell is coming off the bench and playing meaningful minutes. Karis LeVert being a game-time decision does, kind of unmuddy the waters there, for lack of a better term, but it still doesn't guarantee you that you will know the exact nature of the rotation. DeMarre Carroll's guy I think is going to have to be out there for defensive purposes at 5.8. I would say he is more than usable. You'll finally get Judas Randle in an up-pace, up-tempo matchup, one that I think really suits his game well. And at 6.7, I think he's at a price where it's going to really separate. If you like him, oh, yeah, you could, I like Judas Randle. But you got to really like him to pay 6.7 for him in this matchup. And I really like him. I think he's playable. Brook Lopez at 4.7. This is the worst matchup for the Brooklyn Nets. The best matchup for Brook Lopez and centers around the league going into Brooklyn. But he just doesn't do it for me, bro. He just doesn't. I mean, look at the minutes. 9, 17, 20, 15, 15, 16. Yo, the dude played 20 minutes like twice in the last like 20 games. And I need more minutes in order to invest anything in you. I need more minutes than that. So that's not a guy that I particularly love. I've been really big on Kentavious Caldwell-Pope at certain times throughout the season. I think if I'm gonna play somebody from the Lakers side, along with Brandon Ingram at 6.8, along with Judas Randle at 6.7, I think Kentavious Caldwell-Pope could be in play at 5.1. Kuzma, man, if he's gonna get the minutes, Kuzma did not play well at all last time out. And he played 28 minutes, so he's getting the minutes. He's just not hitting the shots. So I mean, but he's gonna be in play, as is Jordan Clarkson at 6.5. Tyler Ennis is nothing more than a placeholder in the starting rotation, and that's because Luke Walton thinks he's on some Popovich type shit where he can just like he has two different teams and he was just play the best players, man. Put the best players on the floor. Stop it, man. You're destroying. You're ruining these young players, man. And some of them are really good. Let's go check out Fanduel and see where the pricing is in terms of the Lakers and of the Brooklyn Nets here on Fanduel. Judas Randle, okay, that's perfect. He is cheaper, 6.6. That is perfect. Love him in the spot. 6.6. That's perfect. Brandon Ingram is cheaper at 6.4. I can use that. Brook Lopez is 3.9. Brook Lopez is good lord, that's cheap. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope 5.2. Larry Nance 5.4. Kuzma at 5.1. Oh man. Wow, this looks good. Jordan Clarkson is the same price. He is 6.5. DeMar Carroll is 5.8. That's the same price. That's usable. Allen Crabbe is cheaper. Dinwiddie, who I don't really love, is 6.5. D'Angelo Russell is cheaper at 6.1. That's going to be a little usable. Jared Allen 4.8. I can see that. This you're getting some breaks here, man. I like that. 217 point total, and it's only a point and a half favorite are the Brooklyn Nets here just because they're at home. So yeah, I like this one. That's a good game. That's a 7:30 joint. Next game we got is going to be the Atlanta Hawks going to Boston to take on the Celtics. Kyrie Irving is a game time decision. I really hope Kyrie sits out because we get more of the Terry Rozier experience, and we get Al Horford being like the best player on the floor against his old team. What's he done against him? Let's see what he's doing. Okay, he had 44 against them one time this year, and then 24. Played 33 minutes in both games. Okay. Well, he's going to be usable to me, man. He really is. He's going to be usable. And Ersan Ilyasova at 4.4. I want to see what he did because we know we love to attack Boston with power forwards. 23, 15, 9, 36 a game last year and 29. Okay. Okay. Big had the ball out. John Collins, somebody had the ball out against him. Okay, John Collins had 29 against him at 4.6 and played 25 minutes. All right, that's the guy I'm going to be looking at. I'm going to be looking at John Collins. I am going to be checking out Dennis Schroeder's a game-time decision here. If he doesn't play, Malcolm Delaney kind of jumps off a little bit. You may want to take a look at him if he doesn't play. Let's look at Schroeder. What's Schroeder's deal? Let's see. He's questionable for Friday's game. He played 30 minutes in Wednesday's game against the Hornets despite dealing with a sore shoulder throughout the contest. And he's now listed as questionable. Expect an update on the point guard to come following the team shoot around Friday morning, but Schroeder will likely end up being a game-time decision in Boston. All right. Ersan jumps out to me, though. I like Ersan. I think Dwayne Dedmon could be in play at 4.5. I'd be going bigs here, man. Now, if Schroeder is out, though, that does open the door for Kent Bazemore. It really does. That opens the door for Kent Bazemore if Schroeder is out. On the other side, Kyrie Irving, if he plays, I'm probably still not going to love him. Al Horford, regardless, looks like a good play to me. Brown and Tatum, I kind of like those guys. Marcus Morris is a game-time decision. We know Marcus Smart is going to be out. Do you want to pay up for Terry Rozier, man? 6.6. Can you pay up for Terry Rozier? I think this is the highest he's ever been in his DFS career, his NBA career. The highest he's ever been is 6.6. Do you think you can pay up for that? I probably will not. I probably will let everybody else chase them points, regardless if Kyrie Irving sits or not. Yeah. I probably will not chase those. All right. Let's go. Let's check on FanDuel and see what's happening. Let's check on Fanduel. Shooter is 7K. If he plays, he's playable. Ersan is 4.7. That's not a bad. John Collins at 4.8. That's definitely playable. Kyrie is 8.9. Horford 7.7. Tatum 6K. You're not getting a break on any of these guys. But Terry Rozier is 6.5. You're not getting the break on any of these guys. You're not. Next game we got is gonna be the Portland Trailblazers going to Toronto to take on the Raptors. You got DeMar DeRozan and Kyle Lowry, 7.7 and 7.2. I think today is the day where you can fire them up, especially at the crib. I want to see what they've done against them, against the Trailblazers. 33, 47, 49. That's Lowry, and that's not bad. That's not bad. Lowry, excuse me, that's DeRozan, excuse me. But Lowry against them at 7.2. 42 and 45. He dropped 42 against them earlier in the season. Those guys are playable, most certainly. Then you got Valanciunas against Nurkic, who's a game time decision. Joe Val on a back-to-back. I really don't love that. I really don't love that. I think Serge Ibaka could be in play at 5.5. I wouldn't have an issue there. Dylan Wright at 3.9. Now, if Van Vliet and CJ Miles are out, like, that opens the door for Dylan Wright, man. Norman Powell, too. Those guys are usable if Van Vliet and CJ Miles are out, right? Lowry is tight after tonight's game. Okay, fire him up. I got you. Eric Gullen says, since Mo was fading Rozier, I'm going to listen this time because he was off Howard and I played him. Big game Dame at 8.5. Anytime you get Dame under 9K, I think he's worth consideration. CJ McCollum at 7.5 had an awesome game. He could be hot and shooting well. I will have some exposure there. And Davis at 4.9. Yeah, that dude has been like a walking double-double, man. Save the last game against Chicago. But because they didn't need to. He didn't need to play that much. He only played 19 minutes. But I'm talking about 31, 39, 28, 28, 24. Like, the dude has been really good. A point per minute monster. And they may need to see a lot of him here, especially if you don't get Nurkic. If Nurkic is out, let's check out his injury. Let's check out his injury. Yo, he must have got hit in the face. This dude leads the league in getting hit in the face. Nurkic takes more face shots than anybody. He's taking more face shots than Mia Khalifa, yo. Like, that dude always gets hit in the face. His quad is probable for Friday. The Trailblazers report case. Okay, he exited Wednesday's win over the Bulls with a quad contusion after logging 12 points and 9 rebounds over 21 minutes of action. Look for more updates to the center's status. Okay, cool. So it sounds to me like he should play. It sounds like he should play. But I still like Ed Davis, bro. Ed Davis has been balling. And at 4.9, I'm going to have some exposure. I am. Let's take a look on FanDuel and see. Bam. Okay, Dame is 8.8. McCollum 7.9. No, you get no break there. Aminu at 4.9. Possibly Ed Davis, you get a break on him. DeRozan at 8.7. Lowry's still too cheap at 7.3. I like that. Valanciunas is 6.3. Ooh, no. Serge Ibaka 5.8. I wouldn't have a problem there. DeLon Wright 3.8. I like that. Norman Powell 3.5. These guys are in play. Especially if Van Vliet and CJ Miles are out, those guys are in play. I'm telling you, they are. Next game we got, my New York Knicks going to Milwaukee, to take on Giannis Antetokounmpo and the rest of the homies. Yo, check this out. Malcolm Brogdon, man, game time decision. Eric Bledsoe was out last night. Could be out again. I want to check his status, see what they're saying about him. He could return. Okay, he could return tomorrow. What it is, he's got an ankle issue. Okay. And then Brogdon, he didn't play. He left last night's game. Fucked my one lineup up on FanDuel with a quadricep. He left the locker room on crutches with a cast on his left leg. Afterwards, Thursday's loss. Oh man, that's tough. Not a good sign for Brogdon, who strained his left quad during Thursday's game, forcing him to exit the contest in the second quarter. He declined to talk to the media, but more should be known about the injury ahead of Friday's game against the Knicks. Should he miss an extended amount of time, Sean Kilpatrick, Matthew Dellavedova, Sterling Brown, and Tony Snell all can see an uptick in minutes. And all of those guys suck. All of them suck. So what that means is Chris Middleton, pop, you're in play. That means Giannis Antetokounmpo, pop, you're in play. That means Sterling Brown, fuck that. You don't want to play them dudes, man. Dude suck. You don't want to play them. But I mean, that he could be it. Sterling Brown could be it. If he starts, he could be it. He's had some decent games. 15, 26, 18, 12, 19. I mean, he has potential. Sterling Brown has potential, so we're going to highlight him. But I don't want to play him. I don't love him. On the other side, you got Kristaps Porzingis at 8.3. Anytime you get him that cheap, you might want to take a look at him. Real quick, though, the little piece he was rocking with, Jen Selter. I think Kristaps might be down in the dumps, okay? Because I think something may have happened with this little thing right here. She has something to say. She quoted some lyrics from a really solid Drake song. I only love my bed and my mom. I'm sorry. That's from a hot Drake song right now, and what that means is kind of like the I don't love them hoes type thing. And I think that was a slick shot she threw out at Kristaps. Kristaps may not be feeling too great, so you might want to curb your enthusiasm as he is having struggles in his love life, from what I can see. And this chick's got perfect ass chick right here. This is her. She's yeah. This is so. If you lose this, see, she was at the game. She was at the game. Just at the game. Now she's talking trash. So you know how it goes. Oh yeah. So you lose that. So Kristaps, you lose this, and what do you think? If they're all in this area right here, Kristaps. If you're Kristaps and you've lost this area right here, this is you've been forced to give this up. This has parted ways with you. How is that going to affect your game? No more of that. This has been taken away, right? And up right there around this area right here has been taken from you. So what that kind of says to me is, I'd be down in the dumps, wouldn't you? No more of that. That's gone, right? Yeah, I'd be pretty upset. I'm sure. And this is a sports show, isn't it? Because this right here, this is what would really anger me. If I were to lose that, I would be very upset, and it would be hard to go out and shoot the ball with the perfect form and the perfect touch. It'd be pretty tough. I'd have to take a couple nights off, kind of reevaluate what's going on in these areas and why I was unable to retain that, right? So I'm just scrolling. You see. Okay, that's okay. Okay, yeah. So, and that's just what he's got going on. That's what Kristaps has going on. So, maybe we got to see how it affects him. Maybe he gets angry and he just goes out and balls, or maybe his heart is broken. I don't know. We got to see what's up. All right. So, in that case, I would go over and take a look at Enes Kanter. We know what happens against the Milwaukee Bucks in terms of centers. As a matter of fact, I want to open up Enes Kanter and see what he's done against them. He hasn't seen him yet. They haven't seen him yet. And this is a ferocious offensive rebounder, bro, who has snake-like moves and cat-like quickness when the ball is coming off of the rim and one of his teammates has shot the ball. So maybe Kristaps is going out and laying up bricks and thinking about the curvature, and then you see Enes Kanter rebounding like a madman and getting those putbacks. So definitely somebody I'm going to be looking at. Maybe Kristaps plays so bad that Michael Beasley comes off of the bench at 5K and really balls out. I'm going to be looking at that as well. Frank Nitti is horrible. I'm so upset. Hey, yo, every time I see Dennis Smith Jr., every time I see Donovan Mitchell, every time I see them dudes attack the basket and look like wizards with the basketball, I look over at Frank Nitti like, you sorry motherfucker. Why did we draft your sorry ass? We could have had, jeez, Christ. Horrible. Horrible. So, let's go ahead and take a look from a Fanduel perspective and see exactly how it all shakes out. Kristaps is 8.3. Maybe they know his heart's broken and they didn't. Okay, cool. Tim Hardaway Jr. priced down at 5.6. That's usable. Enes Kanter is priced up. That means I really like him over on DraftKings. Courtney Lee is pretty cheap at 4.7. I wouldn't have an issue there. But except you've got to remember that Tony Snell, boss defender. He don't do nothing else, but he'll get in your way. he'll stay between you and the basketball. You and the rim. So Giannis is 12K. That's just too big for me on Fanduel. That's just too much. Chris Middleton 7.5. Of course, that's gonna be usable. Brogdon is a game time decision. John Henson at 5.5. Don't love that. Bledsoe at 6.8. If he plays, and I know he's good, I might be able to look that way. Sterling Brown's gonna be minimum salary. So that could be another play that we take a look at. He could be the chalk tomorrow. If we find out what's going on early, like Sterling Brown could be like the cheap chalk. He really could. Next game we got is going to be the Miami Heat going to Philadelphia to take on the 76ers. And we got Hassan Whiteside at 7.9. And I am not afraid to play centers against Joel Embiid, especially older, more experienced centers. I'm not afraid to play a more savvy veteran guy in Hassan Whiteside. I'm not afraid to play him. Dragic, newly crowned All-Star. Definitely think he is in play at 7K. We have seen Philadelphia struggle against point guards. Josh Richardson at 6.3. Don't love him. I think he had a good game out. Did he have a good game out last time? Because if he did, okay, yeah, 34, 34, 25. Yo, he does this in streaks. Like, you're going to see him score like the same similar amount for a few games, whether it's bad or good. So I'm going to take a look at him at 6.3. I'm going to look at that. Kelly O 5.1. Don't really love that one. Justice Winslow 3.7. Justice Winslow balled out last time, and he's a very good defender. If he is this cheap, if he's this cheap on FanDuel, I'm gonna have some exposure because he can get you those stats, man. Those defensive stats, blocks and steals to really help you out. Joel Embiid, man, under 10K. I'm not afraid to play a big against Whiteside either, so I can definitely get there. Ben Simmons is priced down at 8.1. That can be usable. Ben Simmons can be usable. Now, you're looking for 48 points here. I don't know how close he gets to that, but I wouldn't have an issue if you like Ben Simmons in the spot and you want to give him some play. The one thing, Ben Simmons is only as good as the motherfuckers around him shooting the jumpers on the kickout. So if you're looking around, if you, I'm telling you, if you're looking at this game and you think JJ Redick can be available to knock down some shots, and you think that Robert Covington is a solid play to knock down some shots, that's when you want to look at Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons is only good when he's getting into the lane and shooting high percentage shots. And when the defense collapses on him totally, he's able to kick out to open guys, and they're hitting shots. That's the only time Ben Simmons is DFS viable. And against the Miami Heat, who really do struggle against in the perimeter game, they really struggle getting out there and defending the 3-point shot. I think Ben Simmons could be in play. Ben Simmons, maybe some Robert Covington could be in play at 5.3. I just talked myself into Ben Simmons. Let's go ahead and take a look on FanDuel at this very same game and see where the price points mesh. Whiteside is 7.7. He's a little bit cheaper. Goran Dragic 6.3. Yeah. Yes. I like that. I do. Justice Winslow is 4.5. See, they know something. FanDuel knows something. Justice Winslow is 4.5 on FanDuel, but he's 3.7 on DraftKings. They know something. Justice Winslow is a play on DraftKings. Joel Embiid, 10.5. Ben Simmons, 8.6. He's right where he should be, about 500 more. Covington is 5.9. Redick, 5.2. Okay, I get it. I'd want Mitchell, though. Yeah, man. Donovan Mitchell is special, bro. That kid is good, bro. He's fearless, man. He is fearless. Next game we got is going to be New Orleans Pelicans going to Oklahoma City to take on the Thunder. You got Anthony Davis at 11.4. Probably going to be running some 5 here. And I hate to play centers. I really do. I hate to play centers against the Oklahoma City Thunder. The problem here is I think the agility of Anthony Davis and his ability to keep you off balance even without the ball could really make problems for Steven Adams, man. So does that mean that Anthony Davis is going to be in play for me? Somewhat. But what that really means is I don't like Steven Adams. For some reason, I have this sneaky suspicion that I see 2 quick fouls for Steven Adams trying to defend Anthony Davis, and that could really, offset his entire game. So Russell Westbrook's 11.6. Yes, I still think the Pelicans are going to get out and run the same way they did when they had Boogie, and we could always play guys against them. So I wouldn't have an issue with Paul George here at 7.4. Adams is getting worked by Jokic as we speak. Exactly. That's what happens to him, bro. Those The centers that have like legit moves can get them, and can pass and are agile. Like the more athletic centers can get to him. They really can. So George Melo, no, I don't love that one. If I maybe some, that's it. Russell Westbrook and Paul George. That's all I like. That's all I like. Maybe some Raymond Felton at 3.4 too, because I think we're gonna see some of them. This is gonna be the second leg of a back-to-back for them as well. As I just mentioned, Jokic is getting on Steven Adams' ass as we speak. On the other side, I think Drew Holiday is in play. Etuan Moore at 4.7 could be usable. Mirotic in his first game there is somebody who I think we should all take a look at, especially if he's gonna be getting Carmelo Anthony defense. Especially if he's gonna be getting Carmelo Anthony defense, that can be nice. That might be a murk. That might be murder. Mirotic against middle defense, that could be a murder. So yeah, Drew Holiday, Etuan Moore, Mirotic, all those guys could be in play for us. Let's take a look at Fanduel, see what the price points match. Davis is 12.3, Holiday 8.2, Rondo 4.9, Moore 5.3. It doesn't even have him on Fanduel. They got to change that at some point. Westbrook 12.3 on FanDuel, George 8.2, Adams 7K, Anthony 6.4. Man, you ain't get no breaks on them at all. And I don't even Mirotic isn't even listed on FanDuel. Well, when we make a FanDuel lineup, we'll see if we can throw Mirotic in there because I think he should. I think he should play. I think he should play. As a matter of fact, let's go over to DraftKings and click on his name and see what they're saying about his ability or inability to play. Let's see. The Bulls have an agreement in place to send Mirotic. We already know all that. Okay, yeah. This is not up to date. So next game we got is going to be the Utah Jazz going to Phoenix to take on the Suns. Rudy Gobert, 8K. We've got Ricky Rubio at 6.2. That price is all the way up. Donovan Mitchell is 7.8. Man, they're pricing these guys all the way up, man. They're getting that Phoenix price bump up. And we need that thing to come down some. The good thing is, though, we're getting the Utah bump down with Devin Booker, TJ Warren, Josh Jackson. Well, Devin Booker, most notably, 7.6. That could be good. That could be good. Alex Len is a game time decision here. So, you probably see Tyson Chandler start. Greg Monroe is no longer with them. So, that's going to open up Marcus Chris at 4.8. But I don't love a lot of this. I'm not going to be playing these cats against Gobert. Well, actually, Gobert was like, it's been like, oh, if you want to send the ball out, we'll play him against Gobert. That's how it's been recently, but it's just my luck. It won't happen against Phoenix. Gobert is in play for me though at 8K. I'm going to take a look at him. Mitchell and Rubio possibly could be plays there too. And then that will be it for me. Rodney Hood is out. That would make you want to take a look at Joe Johnson or Alec Burks. For me, it'd be Alec Burks at 4.1. Joe Ingles too at 5.3 looks to be playable as well against Phoenix. Let's go check over on FanDuel and see exactly what's happening. Rudy Gobert 7.8. Okay, cheaper. Ricky Rubio is cheaper at 6.9. Donovan Mitchell is 100 more. Favors is priced up a little bit. Devin Booker is 7.7. Ooh, yes. What? Devin Booker 7.7 on FanDuel? See, I like cats against Utah. I like jump shooters. Guys that don't have to go to the basket to get to the money. And that's exactly, like, he is the stone cold definition of a jump shooter. I like Devin Booker, bro. Devin Booker is going to be a solid play tonight. I like him. I've got no issue playing Devin Booker. Last game on the slate is going to be the Golden State Warriors and the Sacramento Kings. Yo, I'm gonna go out on a limb, man. I'm gonna make a bold prediction, which probably isn't that bold. This is gonna be the least played game on the slate. If you get the two highest scores from this game, you could really do some damage on some late night hammer shit. Everybody's gonna be so afraid of this game. Number one, it's a 12.5 point total. Number two, they priced up. Golden State players are priced up. So because of those two reasons, man, and then number three, it's the last game on the slate. And people want to win their $100,000 by 8 o'clock. So they're not going to want to play a lot of people from this game. But this is actually I think this is the game on the slate that if you pick the right pieces here, this could totally make your night. Totally make your night. We got Steph Curry in probably one of the best matchups in the league at 10.6. The problem is, or the question is, will you see 4 quarters of them? Who knows? We've seen games that are supposed to blow out. We've seen the teams that's supposed to do the blowing out lose. Let's take a look at what's happened against them. Look, he just dropped 68 against them last year. 68.25 points last year against Sacramento. 37, 62, 48. So he's had some really nice games against the Kings. This is the first time they're playing him so far this season. Kevin Durant at 10.4. Draymond Green is at 8.2. Klay Thompson at 6.7. Yo, didn't Klay go ham against them? Didn't Klay go ham against them one time? Maybe it was the season before last or something. But Klay's had some pretty decent games against them as well. Iguodala 3.8. I mean, and who is not in play, bro? Like who is not in play? Who is not in play here? Iguodala 3.8. Who is not in play? On the other side, you got Zebo at 6.2, who they don't have and Willie Cauley-Stein. Okay, Willie Cauley-Stein at 6.5, and I don't think he's the type of center that can be run off of the court. And I would think that he would get the start in this matchup. He did play against them and had 43 points earlier in the season in 29 minutes. I would think that if he does play, he is going to get the start. Buddy Hield at 4.8. I want to take a look at what he's done against them in the past. 6.7. He dropped 47 on them in the game in March of last year. Not a great game this year yet. Zebo at 6.2. Bogdanovic at 5.2. De'Aaron Fox 5.9. I think Fox is playable at 5.9. Costa Kufas, he did get the start in place of Willie Cauley-Stein the other night, and he balled the fuck out. So if you don't see Willie Cauley-Stein, I think Costa Kufas is the guy that you can take a look at as well. So there are some targets from this game. There are definitely some targets from this game. Vince Carter, late night hammer. Oh my God, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Let's take a look on Fanduel and see exactly where they rate these players. Curry 10.2, a little bit cheaper. Draymond 8.5. Klay Thompson 7K. Durant 10.7. Zebo is 7K. Bogdan is 4.9. De'Aaron Fox same price 5.9. Kufas 4.6. You got 7.5 for Willie Cauley-Stein. That's a bold statement. So if Cauley-Stein is playing tonight, I definitely think he's playable on DraftKings. That's a bold statement. Him being 7.5 on FanDuel, that is bold. So we went through all the games. Now it is time for us to run back over to FanDuel, and we're gonna hit up the lobby, and we're gonna enter a term. Let's jump into the dollar dribbler, the dollar single entry. We're gonna jump in there, wherever that may be. Where you at, baby? Where you at? Okay, yeah, let's jump into the dollar single entry, and we are going to build a lineup that kind of shows if you. I want this lineup to be like to look like you watch the show. If you watch the show, this is the lineup that you may come up with. Okay, we're gonna go to each position first, and then we're gonna come back and fill it out. So the point guard that we did a lot of talking about, somebody that we kind of liked. I know that Kyle Lowry came up a lot in conversation as we were breaking it down against Portland. That's somebody that we did, take an interest in. Dragic at 6.3 was somebody that we really liked. I would hit Dragic up immediately at 6.3. I kind of like that. I love the fact that he's that cheap and just coming off of being named as an All-Star. I like that. Then shooting guard, a guy that we liked. We liked DeRozan. We talked some about Donovan Mitchell. Devin Booker, yes. D Book was a guy that we liked. Then at small forward, we like Giannis, but more so on DraftKings. Paul George, Josh Richardson, Covington, Jaylen Brown was somebody who we did talk about. Michael Beasley at 5.7. MKG did get some of our interest, man, and I think I want to pay down some because I think I want Anthony Davis. So we're gonna have to pay down somewhere. Tell me how y'all feel about MKG. I kind of like him today. I like MKG. Because we have to pay down somewhere, and I think it'll be good to pay down to a really solid starter. So I like MKG. Plus, I'm a Hornets homer. So we're gonna throw MKG in there. Then at power forward, we talked some about Sabonis favorites, Tatum. We talked about Serge some, Larry Nance Jr., Scala, Sierra, James Johnson. I think this is where you pay up. I think this is where you pay up. AD is stupid price, yo. 12.3. That is good lord. That is stupid price. That is crazy. And yo, if AD gets hurt, that'll fuck our whole night. Okay. I like Kristaps. I like Kristaps. Look what he had to lose. Look what he had to lose, man. Come on, Kristaps. This is for you. This is for you, Kristaps. Go out and ball. We gonna lock you in. Give me that Kristaps, okay? So now we've got 6.58 per player left. We're gonna go center. You know who we loving at center? Embiid looks to be playable against Whiteside. Gobert against Phoenix. I like that. I like that because if we go Gobert here, when we spin back around and we have a correlation with Ricky Rubio, who a lot of you liked and who is cheap. Bam. So we've got a correlation here, right? We got the Rubio. Shout out to the homie Kristaps Porzingis. Shout out to Kristaps. Good lord. Shout out to Kristaps Porzingis. Thank you, Kristaps. Much love for you, man. So we can swing around and grab Rudy Gobert here. So now we're down to 6.4 per player. We've got Dragic, Rubio, Devin Booker, MKG, Kristaps, Rudy Gobert. We can pay all the way up for another person. It says Horford kills ATL. Ooh. That was deep. Actually, he doesn't though. Horford doesn't kill ATL. He's had a couple decent games against him, but he doesn't kill him. Let's look. 23, 42, 15, 21, 20. He doesn't kill him. And that game and the game where he dropped 42, all of those games were that game was in Atlanta. The game is in Boston. So it kind of takes a little bit of the luster off of the revenge narrative if he's not going back to the city that he left. You know what I'm saying? There's not going to be any disgruntled fans in Boston that are mad because he's there and not in Atlanta. So that's kind of, you know what I mean? It's kind of iffy, right? So now, here's where I think where we would need some exposure in some way, shape, or form to that late game, right? Who are we looking at from a shooting guard perspective? Like you look at D'Lo at 6.1 against Brooklyn. I think that's a narrative. I think he's gonna ball. I think he's really gonna ball. I think he's really gonna ball. And I want to get some exposure to that late game. And I think the best way to do that is either with Draymond Green or with Zach Randolph. I think Zach Randolph or Draymond Green gives us the best exposure to have a late night hammer. And I kind of like Draymond. Now I have 4.6 left in salary at a small forward. Who is a small forward that we can play at 4.6? Allen Crabbe, Justice Winslow. Damn, Bojan was right there at 4.6, 4.7. Draymond, man. I like Draymond. I like Draymond. Let's see, though. How much you got left? We got 13 left. And we're going to go to a specific game. Cunningham or Winslow? I was thinking about that. But Cunningham probably ain't going to start. Um, is your boy here? Miritic? No, Miritic ain't even, like, in the player pool. Miritic is not even in the player pool. Let me see. Nope. Miritic is not in the player pool. Okay. All right, so Yeah, yeah. So if I throw Zebo in there, that gives me 59 left. I got Covington, Brown, Damari Carroll, who I kind of like. Okay, okay, so do we go a Zach Randolph to get exposed to that late game? Do we go Zach Randolph and like Jaylen Brown, or what I'm saying? You go Zach Randolph and Jaylen Brown, or do we go Draymond Green and uh, or do we go Draymond Green and a 4.6 or something like that, a 4.6K guy? I mean, because I want to get some exposure to that late game, which I think Draymond would be easier, bro. I mean, you got Allen Crabbe, D'Angelo Russell. Yeah, I don't want to play Crabbe and Russell. Justice Winslow was 4.5, but I mean, I don't think I can. I don't have to play a. I'll play him on DraftKings at 3.7, but not here at 4.5. Damari Carroll is solid. Lakers give it up in the paint. That is true. Darius Miller, Vince Carter, Dante Cunningham, Torian Prince is so cheap at 4.1, but he's going up against very solid defenders. Now, Andre Iguodala is 4.1, but he won't get a lot of blowout run. You know what I mean? Why not Ersan? Is Ersan Ilyasova? Okay. Draymond and Winslow? That's where you at with it? Draymond and Winslow. Ah, Frank Kaminsky is very cheap. Yes, that is true. That is true. Yeah, Prince is boom or bust, man. Prince is boom or bust. Go down to Bojan at shooting guard. Okay, so if we get off of we get off of him, and we go down to I could get Clay. I could get Clay. Get off of Draymond, and then have 6.1 left for both positions. Then at the small forward, grab how much got left? 12 left. I can grab Dray. I think I can grab Draymond and still make some biscuits. 3.7. Let me find out I got a cheap salary saver. Evan Turner? Look at Evan Turner though. Look, Evan Turner is cheap. Joe Harris, Justin Anderson, Evan Turner. Brogdon out, Bledsoe out too, right? Yeah, probably, yeah. I think he's probably gonna be out too. Yeah, I think Evan Turner could be the I like that. I got some star power here, bro. Brogdon out, Bledsoe out. So this is more of a tournament line. This is more of a tournament line with Dragic, Rubio, Devin Booker, Klay Thompson, Michael Kidd Gilchrist, Evan Turner, Kristaps Porzingis, Draymond Green, and Rudy Gobert. That is the official DFS sweatshop. We all got together and we made a lineup. Jarvis Quarter, I do like Randall. I do like Randall. I do like Randall. But if nothing else happens, I'm not gonna tinker. This is the line I'm rocking with. This is how we rolling. Blow it up a little bit so you can take a look at it. We got Dragic, Rubio, Booker, uh, Klay Thompson, Michael Kidd Gilchrist, Evan Turner, Kristaps Porzingis, Draymond Green, and Rudy Gobert. Let's get up out of here, man. Yo, big shout out to everybody that enjoyed the stream, man. Much love to all of those that sat with me, chilled with me, hung out with me, built this lineup, and also got a chance to chop up the slate. Shout out to the homie, Kristaps Porzingis. Good Lord. Uh, we, we see you next time, man. If you want to get with us and enter the DFS Sweatshop, it is very simple. You go to the website www.dfssweatshop.com. Upon your paid subscription, man, it's very simple. You come in and you choose an option. Either it's monthly, where you pay $14.99 once a month. That is 2 quarters. That is 50 cents a day. That's half a cup of coffee. 2 punk-ass quarters. That's all it is. Or you have the option to take it for a year long. $119.99 get you a full complete year of the DFS Sweatshop. So whatever you do, man, if you want to fuck with us the long way or month to month, just get on in here, man. Rock with us. We will definitely be rocking with you. Big shout out to all of the fam, man. Much love. I will check it out. This is the DFS Sweatshop, where we keep it real, we keep it honest, and we always keep it 300. Peace.